Hey YouTubies, it's Amy coming to you with my week 23 post-op update following duodenal switch surgery that I had with Dr. Enox on June 24th of 2015. On my date of first consult, I weighed 275. Date of surgery, I weighed 260. Last week I came to you at 194, and this week I weighed in at 192. So 2 pound loss. Things seem to be moving in the right direction again for me, and I'm really glad for that. I'm a little over 5 months out now and about 83 pounds down. So I'm really thankful. I appreciate where I am. My tool's still working really well. And I appreciate my surgery that with the malabsorption and restriction lets me have some carbs and some good food. So there's certainly no complaints about anything in my life on that coming from this corner. Things are pretty good. I really appreciate all of your supportive and positive comments from last week. I know I was only dealing with a 1 pound gain, so please know that I have some sense of rational perspective. It wasn't really about the weight gain. It was more about my headspace and the fact that I was really pushing those boundaries, trying to see what I could get away with, and I wasn't making the most out of my tool in this sort of sweet spot time that we're all given. So I needed to get my head on straight, and I think I'm on my way to doing that. So anyway, thanks again for everybody. You guys were like amazing, supportive, awesome. You're the wind beneath my wings. I appreciate it. I had some NSVs to talk about this week. Public seating has improved dramatically, or rather, my fitting into public seating has improved dramatically. Going into those patio seats on restaurant patios that are like wrought iron and usually have pretty tight arms on the side that just used to gouge into my hips and legs every time I would sit in something like that, and I just kind of basically white knuckle it because everybody else seemed to be, doing okay, and I didn't want to make anything out of it. Those seats aren't a big deal anymore. And we've been going to a couple of really great old theaters here in the Raleigh-Durham area to see stand-up comics or musicians or whoever we like to see, go see a musical or something. And the theaters are cool and, have all these vintage features, but one of the vintage features is seating for the average sized person from 1920s and 30s. I swear to God. They are for very short, very small people. And it has been such a huge change to not have to worry about that stuff anymore. And just walk in and plop down. I don't have to sit there and think, can I sit there? Can I lean against that? Is that going to fall over? Am I going to break that? That's not stuff I have to waste mental space on anymore. So for those of you who are heading in that direction, let me just tell you, it is as good as you think it's going to be. It is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. Just being able to say, yeah, I want to go there. That sounds great. Let's go, and not have to spend any mental time or energy, planning out ahead of time, calling ahead, all that kind of stuff. It gets better. Anyway, also, I'm getting in some really good workouts this week. I'm feeling pretty energized, so that part's been going really well. And I did have a few things to talk to you guys about that aren't so much NSVs, just kind of issues, things that I'm kind of kicking around. One of them is vanity sizing. I weighed as much as I weigh right now in high school, and I'm a size 12 now, and I was a size 16 back then. So I was wondering, do you guys think vanity sizing has pushed things even further since way back when I was in high school? Or is my body just differently shaped than it was? I mean, it's certainly differently shaped. Things are no longer up where they once were. But, I mean, they didn't have plus size juniors way back when I was a teenager. So, I mean, the sizes are the same sizes. I wasn't, shopping in a junior section or anything like that. So I just wonder if it's really just body proportion that's different, or chubbiness placement. I don't know, but it's something I was wondering about. Tell me what you guys think. In other news, my dad is now contemplating bariatric surgery. He's interested in either my surgery or the sleeve. And this has brought up some really great mixtures of emotions for me. I love how I somehow make this all about me. Anyway, I'm very excited for him, and I think this could have a tremendous impact on his life. And I think he would be really good at it, at the work that's necessary for it. But I'm also nervous for him, and he told me that I was a big inspiration for him considering and contemplating surgery, a fact that makes me feel really good and really anxious at the same time, because I somehow have this feeling that if something goes wrong, it's going to be my fault that he had the surgery. And boy, that is just a self-absorbed, irrational thought process. But they're my feelings, so I'm just saying them out loud. Anyway, it's just a feeling I'm having. I will work through it like I work through all the others. But it feels like I have to, I'm taking on this responsibility that I probably don't really have to take on. He's a grown-ass man, and he'll make his own decisions. But anyway, he has a number of other comorbidities, and if this surgery does half the things for him that it did for me, it's transformative, and I'm excited for him. In other news and unrelated, I've been having some pretty edgy moods lately. Shorter fuses about things, more easily frustrated and exasperated with people. Does anybody else have these kinds of things? It's not like a time of the month issue or anything. At least I don't think so. But I read in this journal about how when your body is storing fat in your fat cells, other things are stored in those cells at the same time, including hormones, toxins, and other substances. And it got me to thinking, maybe as I lose weight, I'm just sort of excavating these time capsules of different points in my life when I was sad or moody or pissed off, and that I'm experiencing like echoes of these past emotions. This is probably totally not scientifically based, so I'm just making some shit up. But I can't help but think about whether or not that might be true. Because there's no rational reason. I mean, my stress levels really haven't changed very much. My life is pretty similar, and things are looking pretty good this week, in terms of weight loss and stuff like that. So I don't really know what would be causing me to be irked with people. Unless, of course, it's just being irritated at the crowds and insanity that is the commercial side of the holidays, which is not my favorite. But I've done a decent job of staying out of the malls and everything like that, so who knows. Anyway, since apparently it's Dear Diary week and I'm telling you all about my life, I thought I would share that as well. Continuing on the theme of sharing, I'm really looking forward to getting out on my bike. I've been avoiding it because heavier Amy always had a lot of pain and discomfort on that bike. I even bought like special bike shorts that were padded and all this kind of stuff to try to help compensate for the severe pelvic pain I would feel after being on the bike for more than 15 minutes or so. But you know what? I've lost some weight. And I've been doing all kinds of things athletically and fitness-wise that I couldn't do before, like planking from my hands and feet instead of from my elbows and knees. Not that there's any shame if you're out there planking from your elbows and knees. You do what you can with what you have. But being able to make that transition and really hold that plank for 30, 60 seconds has made me start to think that there's probably a lot of things I can do that I didn't know, that I didn't used to be able to do. So I'll let you know how it goes. We'll monitor the bike situation and keep you posted. But I think I may be giving that a try pretty soon here. Tomorrow, my family and I are going to the Boylan Heights Art Walk. It is a great little thing in downtown Raleigh, where they bring in craftsmen and artisans from all over. And it's everything from pottery to jewelry to textiles to photographs to calligraphy to, man, it's crazy. There's welders that do all this custom metal work and just cool stuff. There's a lady out there who takes custom, like she takes vintage clothing and then makes it into sort of custom clothes or accessories. Sorry for the dog snoring. It's late and Jake's decided to give up for the evening. Anyway, so the one thing she did was she bought a bunch of vintage ties and then she wove them into this like badass like satchel bag that just looked phenomenal. And she's pretty amazing. And then they also have all these gourmet food trucks out there for snacks. And while I can't usually eat bread, the protein that's inside of those things are always delicious. They have all different kinds, everything from barbecue to Peruvian food, Jamaican to you name it, it's out there. Really good Mediterranean stuff too. So it should be fun. I'm excited to go check that out tomorrow. And then we're going to go pick up our Christmas tree. So I may not love the shopping malls around this time of year, but picking up like crafted gifts and going and getting a yummy smelling tree in the house is pretty much my idea of a good time. Okay, well, that's the good stuff for this week that's going on. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I just finished up glazing a bunch of pots for my pottery class that I'm taking from this crazy cool old hippie guy out in our town. And I have no idea. I don't know if you guys have ever glazed pots or done pottery, but after throwing all these pots, you know, you kind of get attached to these pieces, and then I'm glazing, but I have no idea if I'm doing it right because the colors of the glazes are nothing like what they actually come out to be. So I'm dipping in this brown paint looking stuff, and then it fires to this brilliant dark blue. And so not only do you have that going on, so you're like trying to keep things straight, like mixing colors and stuff like that. But when you do mix colors, they don't blend like two pigments. It's not like, oh, red and blue make purple. No, that's not how it works. Like I'll mix red and blue and the overlap section between the two will be like gray or white or yellow. I mean, it's absolutely crazy how the pigments work. I still don't get it. But so it's really like a complete crapshoot. I'll go and pick these up next Thursday and we'll see whether or not I created something awesome or whether I ruined all the pots I threw by glazing them in a craptastic way. So these are the mysteries. Anyway, yeah, okay, I'm done sharing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video and giving such good support. And I will see you in a week. And happy holidays. Take care. Bye.